Welcome to Flowret's Storytime.
The cloud who was afraid of heights. High up in the big blue sky, lived a little cloud named Nimbus. He was as white and fluffy as a cotton ball, but unlike the other clouds who loved to drift and dance, Nimbus was afraid of one thing: heights. One day, a cheerful gust of wind named Gale came whistling by. "Hello," chirped Gale, doing a loop-the-loop. "Why aren't you playing with the others?" Nimbus trembled, his fluffy edges wiggling. I don't like looking down," he whispered. "Oh," said Gale. "Well, you don't have to look down to have fun. Look over there." Gale pointed a breezy finger towards a family of geese, flying in a perfect V shape, honking a happy song as they traveled. Then, Gale gently nudged Nimbus towards the setting sun. "And look at that," he whispered. The sun was painting the sky with brilliant streaks of orange, pink, and purple. "Wow," breathed Nimbus, forgetting to be scared for a moment. "See," said Gale kindly. "There's so much to see up here. Why don't we try moving just a little? I'll be right here with you." Taking a deep breath, Nimbus wobbled forward, just a tiny bit. Suddenly, a sprinkle of rain passed, and a magnificent rainbow arched across the sky. It was the most beautiful thing Nimbus had ever seen. "It's like a colorful slide," he exclaimed, drifting a little further to get a better look. Gale chuckled. "Let's see what else we can find." They floated over a big green field. "What are those?" asked Nimbus. "They're sunflowers," Gale explained. "But from up here, don't they look like a field of fallen stars?" Nimbus felt a tickle, and then a wobble. A little drop of water fell from his fluffy bottom. "Oh no, I'm leaking," he cried. Gale laughed gently. "You're not leaking, you're raining. You're giving those thirsty sunflowers a drink." Feeling a new sense of purpose, Nimbus let a few more drops fall. He bravely peeked over his edge, just a little. Down below, the yellow sunflowers seemed to be smiling up at him, enjoying the cool drink. A happy feeling filled Nimbus from top to bottom. From that day on, Nimbus loved exploring the sky with his friend Gale. He discovered that being high up wasn't scary at all. It was the best place to see rainbows, watch the stars, and help the flowers grow. And he knew that even a little cloud could make a big difference. One afternoon, while floating over a tall forest, they heard a tiny cheep, cheep sound. "What was that?" whispered Nimbus. Gale swirled around a big oak tree. "It sounds like someone is lost," he said. Peeking through the leaves, they saw a tiny baby bird, all alone on a high branch. "Oh, the poor thing," Nimbus said. "He can't fly yet." Nimbus had an idea. He floated closer to the branch, making himself as steady as he could. "Hop on," he said softly to the little bird. "I'll give you a ride." The baby bird looked at the soft, fluffy cloud and gave a hopeful chirp. It hopped right onto Nimbus's back, sinking its little feet into his cozy fluff. Very, very gently, Nimbus floated upwards, carrying his precious passenger. A moment later, they heard a happy chirp. The mother bird was in a nest on a branch just a little higher up. She chirped with joy to see her baby safe. Nimbus floated right next to the nest, and the baby bird hopped off his back and snuggled next to its mama. Nimbus felt warmer and fluffier than ever before. He had not only faced his fear, but had used his place in the sky to help someone small. He and Gale floated on, watching the happy bird family, knowing that being high up was not just fun, it was a chance to be a hero. As they drifted away, Nimbus noticed something new. The sky wasn't just blue anymore. It was turning a soft, sleepy gray, and the sun was hiding behind a big blanket of other clouds. "What's happening, Gale?" he asked, a little nervously. "It's a storm," Gale whispered, his voice a low hum. "But don't be afraid. A storm is just the sky's way of washing its face and getting ready for a good night's sleep." Suddenly, a low rumble echoed in the distance. Nimbus shivered. The rumble was followed by a bright flash of light that zigzagged across the sky. "What was that?" he squeaked, trying to hide behind Gale. "That was lightning," Gale explained calmly. It's like a big camera flash for the sky. And the rumble? That's just thunder. He has a very loud voice, but he's really quite friendly. Another, louder rumble-bumble echoed around them. Instead of hiding, Nimbus peeked out. He saw other clouds, big and small, bumping into each other playfully. They weren't scared at all. They were dancing in the rain. A little gray cloud, smaller than Nimbus, zipped past him, giggling. "Come on," she chirped. "It's fun." She did a little spin, and a shower of sparkly raindrops fell from her. Nimbus took a deep, cloudy breath. If the baby bird could be brave, so could he. He wobbled a little, then joined the dance. He bumped gently into the little gray cloud, and a shower of his own rain fell down, down, down. He and his new friend danced with the thunder and played tag with the lightning flashes. Nimbus discovered that the storm wasn't scary. It was exciting. It was a big, noisy party in the sky. As the storm softened, the sun began to peek out again. The last of the raindrops mixed with the sunlight, creating not one, but two beautiful rainbows stretching across the whole sky. Nimbus had never felt so brave or so happy. He had helped a lost bird, danced in a thunderstorm, and seen a double rainbow. Being high in the sky wasn't just a place to be. It was a place to have the most wonderful adventures. And he couldn't wait for the next one.
See you soon at Flowered Storytime!